You ever get pleasantly surprised by something? Like realizing that fanny pack you swore you'd never wear is actually kind of genius.
It's so practical.
Well, I recently toured a new home community with a client who wasn't all that excited to go, but after a year of searching, this ended up being the one that finally gave her what she wanted. So if you've been looking for a new home in the Queen Creek area, but don't want to spend $1 million, this place might just be the perfect fit for you too. So in this video, I'm going to show you where this neighborhood is, what kind of homes you can expect to find here, share what I like, as well as the things I don't about this place, and give you a look at the surrounding areas so that you know exactly what you're getting into. Now you'll notice I said in the Queen Creek area, and that's because this place isn't within the town limits, but it's not located way out in the boonies either. Lots of people hate the locations of these new build communities because they're too far out of town. The promo videos always show people smiling and walking around these beautifully landscaped areas, then enjoying a blissful day of shopping, and potential buyers think that's what they can expect too. But when they come see everything in person, it can be a bit of a letdown. I guess the ice cream shop goes here. However, with this place, the area around it is mostly finished, and I'll show you what that looks like soon. But first, let's take a look at the community. It's called Terraza, and it's being built out by Tri-Point Homes. This is what I would consider a medium-sized community with 170 home sites. There are two different collections of homes called Lucent and Solstice. The houses being built in Lucent will be on lots that average just under 6,000 square feet, and the homes will range anywhere from 2,054 square feet up to 3,010, with a mix of single and two-story options. You'll get anywhere between 3 and 5 bedrooms, and the starting prices as of late summer 2025 are in the mid-400s. In Solstice, you'll find larger lots with the average checking in just under 8,000 square feet. These are bigger houses too, with the smallest option being 2,561 square feet, and the largest is 3,891. The homes are also a mix of 1 and 2 stories, and the bedroom count ranges from 4 to 6. With larger lots and homes, you'd expect the price tag to be higher, and it is, with the starting point being in the mid-500s. The price point is one of the things I like about this community. If you head to the west, just 2.5 miles to the community of Madera in Queen Creek, you'll find Lennar selling homes from the low 600s all the way up to the mid-8s for a similar size. With Terraza being located in neighboring Santan Valley, you save quite a bit of money, and you still get the benefit of being close to a lot of the things that people love about Queen Creek. Now, is there a downside to being in Santan as opposed to Queen Creek? Well, there is, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But there's more that I like about this neighborhood, and I want to show you all that first. Another thing that a lot of my clients want is to be in a gated community, and Terraza checks that box. This does provide a bit more security and peace of mind for a lot of people, but once again, it comes with a drawback, and I'll talk about that in just a second. You also get a few amenities with a lake, an event lawn, some walking paths, an outdoor kitchen with a fire pit, and a playground. These are nice features, but they also kick off my list of dislikes, starting with the HOA fees. I'm not an anti-HOA guy. I live in one myself and think that the benefits far outweigh the cost. But I also want to feel like I'm getting something for the money that I pay. And I just don't think you get enough for what they charge here, especially when you consider that this community is missing a major amenity that just about everybody wants. Now, you might have heard that Arizona gets a little hot in the summertime, and one of the best ways to combat the heat is to take a dunk in the pool. If you were to buy one of these homes, the backyard is going to come as just a bare piece of dirt, and you can certainly put a pool in if you wanted to, but that takes a bit of time and can get pretty expensive. So lots of people like having a community pool as part of their HOA that they can use. Unfortunately, you won't find one of those here. But even without a pool, you're still going to be paying $148 per month in HOA fees. So why do they have such expensive HOA costs if there isn't a big community center with a pool? Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. First is the size of the community. Think of it like this. If you're going to go on a trip with some friends and rent it out an Airbnb that costs $5,000 for the weekend, everyone would have to pay less if there were more people to share the cost. And that's kind of what's happening here. With only 170 homes in the community, the fixed costs don't get spread as wide, so each homeowner gets to pick up a bigger chunk of the tab. But the biggest thing driving up those HOA fees are the gates in the community. So how in the world can it cost that much to maintain these things? Well, it's not really the gates themselves that drive up the cost, but what it means when you put that gate up. You see, in communities that aren't gated, the street maintenance is taken care of by either the city or the county you live in, which is funded by your property taxes. But when you put a gate up, the street maintenance becomes the responsibility of the community. So the HOA charges an extra amount to cover that added expense. And no, you don't get a break on your property taxes either. Which brings me to another small dislike. This community lies in Pinal County, which carries slightly higher property taxes than Maricopa County next door. And the reason is the exact same as why the HOA dues are higher here than in the larger communities. Fewer people to spread out the costs to. Now remember when I said there was a downside to being in Santan Valley versus Queen Creek? Well, this is one of the reasons for that. And it's not just about the cost of the property taxes, but also the services that you're getting. You see, in Queen Creek, you're plugged into the town's water and sewer system, and you're in their highly rated school district, and you also get protection from the Queen Creek Fire and Police Department. In Santan Valley, even though you're just a few miles from Queen Creek, you're connected to a private company called EPCOR for your water and sewer, which has higher prices, and you also have to pay extra for fire protection from a company called Rural Metro that serves the area for a subscription fee, and that's paid by the HOA and then passed on to you. But even with these higher costs, it's still not going to come anywhere close to the amount of money you'll save by being in Santan Valley instead of Queen Creek. And you also get the benefit of having the area around this neighborhood already being developed. Let me show you some of the businesses you'll have right out your front door. For groceries, you'll have a few options that are all within just a couple of minutes. The closest is the Safeway that's just outside the gates of the community. There's also a Sprouts Farmers Market located just a few miles south off of Ironwood Drive, and a Fry's grocery store located in the same complex. If you're looking for a quick bite to eat, you'll find fan favorites like Chick-fil-A, Jersey Mike's, and Chipotle all in the same complex where the Safeway is. Your sit-down choices are a little more limited, but there is a Vero's Chicago-style pizza right across the street, along with the super popular Palma Kitchen and Tap in the nearby community of Terraza. When you're sick, you can visit an urgent care directly across the street, and there are also a few dental offices over here too. If you need access to an ER or a major hospital, the Banner Ironwood Medical Center is just 6 minutes away. And if it's your pets who are sick, there's a vet clinic right outside the entrance to the neighborhood. Now, maybe you're a DIY kind of person and you have some projects going on around the house. For that, you are going to love having an Ace Hardware within walking distance. But if you'd rather be working on your biceps than your house,
What's the matter? The CIA got you pushing too many pencils?
then there's an LA Fitness across the street. Now, having all this stuff is great, but this neighborhood still has to have the right kind of homes that fit your lifestyle. They have a total of 4 model homes here, 2 from each collection, and I have a link down in the description where you can sign up for my email list, which will give you access to my full library of model home tours. You'll find all 4 models from this community, as well as homes from across the entire Phoenix Metro, which can save you hundreds of hours of driving around and looking. I also have a database of all the current incentives being offered by the builders that gets updated every week to help you locate the best deals currently available at the time that you're watching this. So if you're overwhelmed trying to compare builder prices and incentives, this free resource will save you weeks of legwork and possibly thousands of dollars. But even with everything this place has to offer, there's still one big thing that could trip you up, and that's the builder. You've probably seen plenty of horror stories where people buy new homes only to have them turn out to be money pits, and that's because they made the biggest and most common mistake that I see buyers doing all the time. So you should watch this video next, because I'm going to show you what this mistake is and also give you some tips on working with the builder to make sure that you get the home you were promised and also pay the best price. Hey neighbor, I got you a fanny pack.